As jury deliberations are set to begin in the trial of Sean Diddy Combs, the defense painting the music mogul's habits as nothing but a lifestyle, with one of his lawyers even comparing the infamous freak-offs to couples drinking strawberry lemonade together. This analogy coming after weeks of testimony by Cassie Ventura, who says she was beaten and forced to participate in the freak-offs. We do want to bring in the witness in the Diddy trial hired by Combs to participate in these freak-offs, Sharay, nicknamed the Punisher Hayes. I really appreciate you joining us tonight, and tell me more. You've been a part of these freak-offs personally. What role did Combs play, and do you believe there was any wrongdoing on his part?
So all of my dealings and my interactions was with Cassie Ventura specifically. So it's kind of hard for me to really call what his involvement was. There was very little interaction in terms of just subtle directions, given more based on lighting and body position and those type of things. So it wasn't a lot of actually blatant interaction on his part. They would always leave the room to interact outside of my presence. So I did not personally see a lot of their interactions in regards
so he would be sitting there watching these freak-offs taking place that you were participating in. You were having sex with Cassie Ventura, is that right?
Yeah, he would be across the room, seated at a table, watching whatever was going on between her.
And the defense really used your testimony. It was interesting to see that these encounters were controlled, that they seemed consensual. There were no obvious signs of coercion, you were saying. The defense using that to try to cast doubt on trafficking charges. What do you think of that?
I mean, I think based on what the testimony was, it was accurate. I have maintained that I honestly didn't see any signs of her being in distress. Obviously, I know what she testified to and other experiences, but if I have to speak specifically about my interactions, I didn't witness any.
Yeah. The defense and the prosecution really split down the middle. One side calling the freak-offs criminal, another one just painting it as simply a lifestyle choice. When it comes down to it, what do you believe? I mean, having actually been in that room participating in them.
Well, again, I can only speak from my experience, and I was involved for 2.5 years, and I always assumed that they were a couple, and this was just a part of their sex life. Again, I don't want to discredit anything Ms. Ventura says, as there were way more experiences than I was involved in, but from my personal experience, I can't say that I seen anything that appeared to be her in distress.
Yeah, and being at the trial yourself, how did you gauge the jury reacting to Combs? How do you anticipate this going this week?
I really think it's a tough scenario. The bottom line is if they are viewed as just a couple and this is part of their relationship, then it will be favorable for Mr. Combs. It's really about the decision if this was a forced scenario that she took part in for many years against her will, or if this was really part of their lifestyle. And like you said earlier, it really does appear to be split down the middle. So it's
yeah, and Shereé, can I ask you, were you shocked when you saw that hallway video from the hotel, the violence portrayed there? Were you surprised when you saw that? Did you see any signs of that? Did you believe that Combs could have done that to her?
I did not. I was definitely shocked. My interactions firsthand, they seem happy and in love. So, seeing things escalate to that level, as we know, that happens in a lot of relationships in our society. It was shocking to see that it went to that place of unfortunate behavior.
Do you think that he should go to jail for the rest of his life?
I struggle with that, right? It's people who have low points, and in terms of criminal activity, it's very hard to convolute what we get because we don't get the full. We're not in the court, right? So it appears as he's on trial for his sex life. A lot of it is consented. I'm sure there's moments where there's issues, but the information that I have, it's hard to truly connect what's justifiable in terms of him a sentence.
You were very clear tonight. I really appreciate you joining us. Shereé the Punisher Hayes, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.